God is calling you to understand how to become disciplined so that long term you can experience less harm and you can do more good. Okay, so I'm going to share some deuterocanonical stuff. So if you are like super against that, if you are so Protestant or like anti-Catholic that that's not enjoyable for you, but like if you are willing to be open to this, this is going to like rock your world, okay? And I feel like I've been praying for this answer from God for a while. I was like, God, how do we know when a test is going to be over? Like I literally typed this in a Google search earlier in the week. I was like, how do you know when you're in a test and how do you know when that test is going to be over? So I've been working through the extra wisdom books that are in the New American Bible, the Revised Edition, like the Catholic Bible, and in the book of Ben Sirah. And in Ben Sirah, it says that when we start to fear God, when we start to honor and respect and really like center him first and own how powerful and incredible and like all-knowing and all-seeing and all-being that he is, when we start to fear God, that is the beginning of wisdom. And what's going to happen is that God is going to give us wisdom bit by bit. God is actually going to give us trials as we decide that we are going to draw closer to him and fear him and desire his wisdom. He's going to test us. And as he tests us, that's going to allow us to practice applying the wisdom that he is showing to us bit by bit. And it says that after a while, those trials will then let up. And those trials will let up when we have embodied the lesson, when we understand through God what he wants us to understand. He will appoint us to positions and he will put us into places once that trial has like developed within us what it is that we need in order to successfully hold that position. And it talks about that at the beginning, that wisdom, that development of wisdom is going to feel like fetters. It's going to feel like chains or shackles. It's going to feel like a heavy burden on our shoulders. It's going to feel restrictive and constrictive. And if we are still in a worldly mindset, we are going to focus in on how it feels from a restrictive and constrictive state instead of recognizing that that is actually a gift. That is the trial, that development of, can I be disciplined when this feels restrictive or constrictive, when this feels hard, when this feels difficult, when I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to be doing, when I'm just following God and like not leaning into my own understanding. Can we hold that weight? Can we bear that? Can we go through that trial? And then it says on the opposite side of that, that after a short while, we will experience that